Hi, Mervin. Hi, Amanda. Hi, everyone. Okay, cool. We are pretty cool. Hi, George. Hi, Adrian. Hi, everyone. Melvin, you are in Bishan. Okay, cool. Now, um, okay, as you guys know, let's get this going. Hi, it's recording. Is it recording now? Is it? Yes, it is recording. Cool. Okay, now just some housekeeping notes. Is pretty clear. Every Monday night, 10 p.m. we have our team call, Singapore Standard Time. But the key thing is for this time round, for our very special VIP guests, we kind of like shift it to Wednesday. But every time now and then, it should be on Monday. 30 minutes of call, social proof. We have all our resources in onebigteaminternational.com. Yeah, and we remember to add all your teammates into the Facebook groups. Subscribe to YouTube channel, One Big Team TV. Download the app. Very, very important. And of course, go for your welcome dream trip within 90 days itself. Hi, James. James Lee is in the house. Woohoo! Yep. All the calls and webinars are recorded and archived into onebigteaminternational.com website. So for all the past team call, please go there and watch and listen. Okay, cool. Now, it's very excited, very, very excited, that this time around we have one of this very special guest, VIP. I call him the VIP of the VIP itself, which is sorry, I speak Ace Singlish, right? Yeah. President John McKillip, who is, president of global sales. He is man of honor. I've known him for so long, 5 years itself, and he is really a person who can deliver because he helped WorldVentures to rank from 97 to 32 in the top 100. Man, this guy is all about results. He is one, if he's not one of the most, he will be the most the person who sacrificed the most for the company because he's like traveling all over the place. This week he's here, this week he's there. That's why we kind of like, have to push our schedule around because he is a very busy man. Despite that, he's very devoted husband, father of 5 kids. A lot of people have problems with one already, right? He has father of 5, coach them, teach them, and educate them, and that is what you get as a president of John McKillip. So, can we put our hands together and welcome John McKillip? John, are you there?
Max, I'm here. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, loud and clear. Is it okay for everyone to see you on video?
Yeah, go ahead. That's fine.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll
That's
ask.
fine.
Yep, I just asked you to, you just need to click yes or something like that. You can. Yeah. Hi, John.
There we go. How are you? I've got my specs on today. I found once I got over 50 years old, the eyes began to go a little bit. So you have to excuse me for the reading goggles.
No worries, man. We are so happy, so excited to be here on this thing call with you. Is so honored that I even get to host you because it's so amazing, right? And I guess you're at home, right? You look like you're at home. Is that your home?
Yeah, I'm in my home office right now.
Wow,
I'm at
that's
my
a
home
lot
office.
football stuff, man. I guess you're a football fan.
I'm an American football fan. American
Cool.
football. But
So
I'm here, and so hey, thank you so much for inviting me onto the call this morning, Max.
yes, yeah, it's nighttime for us though.
Well, yeah, nighttime for you and morning time for me. You guys are a day ahead, but you guys are ahead of the rest of the world anyway. In most things anyway. The rest of the world is catching up to what Asia does in so many different things.
Yep.
So
So just a bit of history. Maybe you can start off with how do you actually join WorldVentures and how do you actually stumble into this company?
yeah, Max, I'd be happy to just to very very short. I got involved in direct sales in 1987. So before some of you on this call were even born, I was involved in direct sales. And when I first got involved in direct sales, it was before cell phones were even out there in the public. That's how old I am, by the way. And the first cell phone everybody had was the size of a brick, and it fit nicely into your wife's purse. So when you would go out, and the wife's purse was the phone, and that was it. I mean, it was just, and it was like $5 USD a minute to make a phone call when the phones first came out. But 1987, I got involved in direct sales. I spent so my career started in the field like each one of you. I've been with 3 different companies in the field, and I had the good fortune of getting involved with some very good people. Did rather well. Sold 2 of those distributorships, and one of the companies I was with, the company was forced out of business. They were doing things that were wrong, unfortunately, and I believed. And it is so important to check the company, check the people. I've been one of those people where I get a check and I can't go cash the check, and I had about 30,000 people that disappeared overnight, and it was a horrible situation to be in. Dan Stamen's been in that same position also. I'm sorry, my son just walked in here. Dan Stamen's been in that situation. Wayne Nugent's been in that situation. Many of us have been in that situation before, and we have vowed with all of our energy in our lives never to put anybody in the position that we were in before, because it creates catastrophe. And we will be a company of stature. We will be of a company that will be here for your children's children's children. We will do everything we can to stay off the radar screen and be clean with all the regulators all across the world, because we do not want to inflict that kind of pain. And there are companies today that are doing things wrong, and we constantly get phone calls from the field. Can we do this? Can we do this? Can we do this? And the answer is no, because there isn't any one thing that's more important than the rest of us as a whole. And we are not going to put this company in jeopardy. We're not going to put, Max, your life on the line, your livelihood, or anybody else on this call, or any other people that will be joining your organization in the years and the decades to come. We're not prepared to do that. So you'll find us be a little more conservative than most other companies and things that we don't allow, but there's a reason for that. Some of us have been stung, and we will not put ourselves in that kind of a situation, nor will we put you in that kind of a situation again as well. But so 1987, got involved in direct sales. I've also been inside with 3 different companies, building on the inside, growing and developing, running sales and marketing for these companies also. I moved to Dallas, Texas 8.5 years ago, and for a business venture that I came out here for, and I had a disagreement with the owner of that company. And right around the corner was WorldVentures, and I didn't even know, hadn't even ever heard of WorldVentures before. And Dan Stamen was the principal. We all know Dan.
Yeah.
I met Dan in 1989. He sponsored me into a direct sales company, and things came together, and I came to work for WorldVentures 8.5 years later. We've got massive talent like yourself and James Lee and many other leaders on the call today, and it's helped the company grow to be one of the largest in the world. And we have great aspirations, and I know you do too. And we're going to continue to drive and achieve those things.
Thank you. Thank you. It's really amazing to hear a story, because it's like, because we didn't know the history, right? So, as a president of in WorldVentures itself, so what is exactly your role? I mean, for those new members who didn't have the chance to meet you, right?
I had the opportunity to work with some very amazing people. I mean, first of all, Wayne, who is that true visionary. Wayne is always thinking about 6 months from now, 2 years from now, 4 years from now. He's way out there. He has a heart of gold, but he's such a true visionary. Dan does an amazing job of running the company on a day-to-day basis, Dan Stamen. Eddie Head is another key individual who I work with inside the company, handles a lot of the technology component and a lot of the Rovia aspect. I work very closely with Kyle, somebody each one of you who know, love, and adore very much so. And I'm responsible for all the global sales. We run all of the events and all the recognition. We handle all of the customer service around the world. And we just started handling all the field development, which are the sales tools. We just started picking that up also. So you'll see some changes happen with that rather quickly around the world also. So we have a lot of people that report up through myself and up through Kyle, and Daniel Audet is a very, very key member of that team as well. Many of you know Daniel. Daniel's over in Taiwan right now. There's regionals this coming weekend in Taiwan. And I think the rest of Asia too, I believe. So some exciting things coming this weekend as well.
Yep, we just finished our RTEs, but we are looking so excited to the sold out RTE in Taiwan. Jet and Jefferson is going to rock the stage there.
Yeah,
But
they're gonna do real well. We had a little bit of a situation with getting a permit for Jefferson. So Jefferson is going to talk, but Jefferson, if you remember when we did the launch originally in Taiwan, we had Sir Irwin standing on the side of the stage, videoing him, putting him up on the screen.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
what we have to go do with Jefferson. He
Oh
can't get
wow.
on stage, so he hasn't got a permit. So
Okay.
that's okay. The Jet
Yeah.
will be there. Efrosini is there.
Wow.
By the way,
Okay.
so Efrosini is there and Daniel's there, and they're going to show this weekend bits and pieces of the new corporate website for Taiwan for all the memberships. That's about 2 weeks out from being completed, and they're going to show pictures of that website, what it looks like, how they can go to it, see all the vendors on the website, how they can sign up for things and do stuff, and we'll talk about that on the call today too. It's very exciting news. A lot of
Wow.
things are trending for Taiwan, so
Woohoo.
very, very exciting.
Yep. So why not we just go straight into it, and talk about the exciting stuff for Asia.
Yeah, I would love to go do that. So, the company continues to grow. We started off this year a little behind last year, and after about 3 months or so, things really began to pick up steam. We have hence surpassed last year and continued to distance ourselves last year, and especially in Asia. So, um, I've got some different stats I want to read over to with you guys. I'm going to talk about customer acquisition. I'm going to talk about retention. I'm going to talk about a number of different things, some globally and some specifically for Asia. Because I want you guys to be able to have some information to be able to more effectively manage your business. So as far as customer acquisition, total, when I say customer acquisition, these are people that enroll into the business as a customer. Many of them are reps, many of them are not representatives. So when I say customer acquisition, that's how many total people enter into the business. The month of July was by far, the largest month in the history of the company. The numbers were huge, hitting milestones that maybe just handfuls of company, even some of the larger ones in the industry ever attained what we were able to do in the month. It was quite exciting. In the month of June, we were 17% year over year. Month of July, 52% year over year customer acquisition. So the
Whoa.
company grew by 50% year over year just in July alone. In Asia, June, you were up 27% year over year. Now get this, July, Asia was up 68% year over year in customer acquisition. Asia is killing it. The rest of the world is left in awe to what you all do in Asia. I mean, their head spins when they see how fast you grow and how many people cross stage and what you do and the professionalism and everything that's associated with direct sales. There's not a stronger region in the world that understands direct sales better than Asia. You continue to lead the world and you continue to distance yourself from the rest of the world. So congratulations to everybody on the call for all that each one of you are doing. So appreciate it. Active customers. So, when you have a large customer base and when you add to that customer base, you can add total numbers that can be big. But if you've got a lot of people and if you add some people, the percentage of growth diminishes over time because the samples of the population size is so big. So get this now, in the last 5 months alone, we've had the largest single growth spurt in the history of the company as far as total net new customers, but the total active customer count in the company grew 37% just in the last 5 months. I mean, it was massive growth of active customers coming in, staying, paying, and we'll talk about that in just a little bit as well. Here's what's really exciting for those of you in Asia. 55% net active customer growth in the last 5 months. 55%. So many of you, I've seen your lineage counts, and hopefully the lineage growth was in your pay leg, but a lot of you, you got such massive organizations that happened in other legs, but 55% growth, Max. net customer additions that are paying month over month over month over month just in the last 5 months alone. Now, when we take a look at just a little bit of information, the top 10 countries around the world, these are the top 10 countries that have the most active customers. And that goes as follows. Hong Kong is number 1, US is number 2, Singapore is number 3, Australia is 4, Malaysia is 5, Cyprus is 6, Greece is 7, South Africa 8, Kenya 9, Taiwan is 10.
Wow.
So even with some of the situations we've had in Taiwan, Taiwan is growing, and Taiwan, and again, I keep saying we're going to talk about this because these are things we're going to talk about in just a moment. Taiwan has some of the highest retention of any company in the world today, of reps and customers coming in and staying active, because we measure the retention. What's the life of a customer? What's the average life? What's the percentage of people that are active after the first month, the second month, the third month? And we measure this out over life, so we know what the average customer is worth, and then we measure it by country, right? And so then we measure by country. We're now digging into the systems that we've enhanced. We're going to get to a point where, Max, I can go to you and I can say, Max, here's the average life of a customer in your organization. Here, and then here's all your leaders. Here's the average life of the average customer life of all your key leaders in your organization. So one key individual may have very high retention, another one might be very low. We can then go focus in, and what are they teaching, and what are they doing, and how do we make it better, and what is one group doing that the other group is not doing, whether when they're starting them or so on and so forth. So we're going to be able to start giving you advanced reporting that will allow you to be able to dig down into your organization to know where you're strong and where you're weak and where you can improve. Wow. So that's really, really exciting.
Yeah, man. How I wish, last time we have this kind of reports.
We've been a little behind. We've been ahead in some areas, and we've been behind in a lot of areas. What's important to understand is, yes, this company is 10 years old. Yes, we did 700 million USD last year. Yes, we're growing right now. This company has never taken on any debt whatsoever. This company was started when our two founders wrote a very small check, and they started the company. And they rolled that whole company into what it is today. They've never gone outside and got secondary money. They've never done, there are times that we all wish that they would have, because we would have more things than we have today. But we don't owe anybody anything. We're beholden to ourselves. There's no other side deals that we have to go worry about. We're focused on what we have to be able to go do. And we're really honing in into the bullseye and what we need to be able to do to be successful around the world.
So, John, let me repeat again. Company is zero debt, zero.
Other than short-term payables, any company has, there is no debt anywhere. There's nothing hanging over whatsoever.
Woohoo! That's amazing position to be in, man.
It really is. It really is. A couple other stats here for you. So when we look at year-to-date active customer growth, more specifically, Hong Kong has grown 42%. Malaysia's grown 2%. Now, we know that we just had this relaunch in Malaysia, and the numbers are really beginning to come in very strong. So it's very exciting. We had that bubble for a period of time. We were just kind of running flat, and people were concerned with the licensing and what was going on there. And it was just be patient. We know what we're doing. We know what's going on. We're working with the government. It was a little confusing if you were not in the know, but the government wouldn't allow us to share anything different. When you went to the website, it showed the license, and it said what it did, and it was confusing to people. What's exciting now is by having the minister at the launch event, we've got this huge event at the View coming up in KL. We may even have the prime minister at that event.
Wow.
Of Malaysia, who is asked to come. We will for sure have a minister at the event, but we may even have the prime minister. He's working his schedule to be able to be there. Malaysia loves what WorldVentures is doing. They're helping to partner with us. We're focusing. We're adding to the economy. They're excited about what we bring. They're excited to brag about us because we're working closely with the government. We're doing everything that they want us to do, and they're using us as a poster child by saying, we wish other companies were this transparent with us as we move forward. I mean, the cooperation that Michael Ang is getting within the government is, I can't even put into words how important Michael is to our business today and the accomplishments that he's been able to make, and then the growth that's happening in the very short period of time in Malaysia. That's exciting. Taiwan has grown 33% year to date. Now, here's a number that we need to understand, and there's some reasons why. Singapore has dropped 15%. So Singapore has dropped 15% in net customer activity. A lot of the Singapore leadership, it really has all of Asia in the downline because everything started in Singapore. So there's a lot of leadership that has exited out of Singapore, that you're in Taiwan building, you're in Malaysia building, you're in Hong Kong building. And we've left it to a lot of more of the junior people to go build and develop into Singapore. That number is catching up. The customer acquisition is growing at a higher rate now than it was in the last 4, 5, and 6 months ago. There's positive things happen, but now with this recent relaunch that happened in Malaysia, even more people have left Singapore to run into Malaysia to go build in those fields. So what's happened in Singapore, I think, is to be expected. And there's some new learnings and new leadership that's beginning to grow, and we're going to be stronger because of it.
Yep, that's right. Yeah. So sorry, Aaron, if you're on the call.
Yeah, Aaron, we love you. Take charge. Go, baby. Just a couple more things. So when we talk about product mix, what percentage of people are platinum versus what percentage of people are gold? So what I did was I pulled some numbers just the other day. When we take a look at Hong Kong, for example, this is total customers in the system itself, okay? So we have, in Hong Kong, 86% of the people are platinum, 14% are gold, right?
Yep.
Malaysia, 75% are plat. Singapore, 72% of the people are plat. And in Taiwan, 87% of the people are plat. Okay. Now, when we talk about retention, and I'd like you to write these numbers down because I'm going to run through each one of the 4 countries. We're going to talk about it for a moment. When we take a look at Hong Kong, after the first month, 56% of the people that actually enrolled in the business are active after the first month. 44% drop out in the first month. Month number 2 is 45. Month number 3 is 42. Okay, so I'm going to stop at 3 months. We take a look at Malaysia. 68% are active in the first month. 51 are active in the second, and 50% are active in the third. Okay, so we lose half our people. There's a prime spot to get people, to take them under our wing, help them get them on a welcome dream trip, because the numbers are more than double. Those people that go on a welcome dream trip versus those that don't, the activity rate 5 and 6 months down the road, they're more than double those people that go on the welcome dream trip versus those that don't. We've got to get them on the schedule on a welcome dream trip. Singapore, 74% are active after the first month, 61 in the second, and 56 in the third. We're losing 44 people out of 100 at the end of the third month in Singapore. We've got to find a way to tighten that, whether it's working more closely with the new people. Max, that's something for you and James and the other leaders that are there to go focus in on, and what do we need to do better in your quick start trainings, or how you're going to take them under your wing those first 30, 60, 90 days. So here's Taiwan. These are new people entering into the business in Taiwan, okay? 84% active in the first month, 75 in the second, and 67 in the third.
Wow.
They've got the highest activity rate in Asia, and I think a lot of people feel like they have the least amount of stuff. But when we take a look at Taiwan, we need to understand this. This is very important. Taiwan is a lifestyle membership. We are not a travel company in Taiwan. We will never be a travel company in Taiwan. We will have dream trips at some future point, and it's with the FTC right now. We've been approved to put out our first dream trip, and it's being finalized by the FTC. One of the partners we have is a travel company that Taiwan suggested we use. We just put on for sale, it was a 3-day, 2-night event at a hotel. And what we found out, the way that travel is defined in Taiwan, if we as a company help move people, If we help them go from the airport to the hotel, or from the airport and we put them on a bus to the beach, that's considered travel. If they book a hotel room and if they book excursion and all these things that we want to sell them, or that this other travel company wants to sell them, but we don't physically move them in transportation, it's not travel, and now we can market it.
Wow, fantastic.
So it's really interesting what we've been able to find out. But currently, I think there's somewhere around 70 or 75 vendors in Taiwan. The goal is to get to 250 by the end of the year. We have we have a person on the ground in DTL that works for Jacqueline. Many of you know Jacqueline. Jacqueline's in charge of all the product in Asia. She's hired somebody in Taiwan. There's a second person that's being hired, and those people are full-time only acquiring these new vendors to go on this membership. Daniel's gonna show this new website this weekend that all the field can be able to go to in the next couple of weeks, where they can see the vendors, what's the value proposition, what's my discount, what's my benefit, how do I sign up for this package, whatever it is. It's all going to be right there. It's going to be exciting. In fact, I personally believe that Taiwan, in the next 90, 120 days, people will look at Taiwan and they're going to think they're further advanced along in this DTL concept that Wayne talks about than anywhere else in the world. You know,
Yep.
so there's exciting things that are happening. Growth continues to happen. They're enrolling more and more people all the time, and the retention rate, as you saw, is very, very strong. So that's
Through the
very,
roof.
very exciting.
Yep.
It's through the roof. It's correct. Now there's another thing, and Max just shut me up when I got to stop, okay? Because I don't know what my time is.
Yep.
But we need to understand this, and I'm sharing this with you, Max, to talk with your leaders. It's not to figure out on the phone here. And you know, these calls are meant to, hey, what's exciting and what's going on and where are we killing it? But I would be doing a disservice if I also didn't share, here's some points that we as a leadership group need to come together, we need to improve upon, right? We want to be the best of the best. We want to continue to get better. So what happens is that when we enroll people around the world, they enroll into e-wallet. And historically, anywhere from 20 to 30% of the people that enroll into the business, they never fund the e-wallet, right? So nothing ever happens, and that. We've noticed in the last 45 days that uptick, where now we're running about 40% of the people that enroll never fund on e-wallet. I don't know what's causing it. I don't know what the uptick or what the upturn had been. We've been really steady between 25, 30% for years. All of a sudden, it's gone up to 40% the last 6 weeks. And I don't know where. Hopefully, it's going to cap there and then go back down. But take a look at it with your leadership group. I don't know what it is, or what we can do to get people to go fund that, to follow through, make those follow calls. You're closer to it than I am. Let's go take some time and be able to go focus on that.
So, John, we got about a few minutes left. Would you mind to talk a bit about the fly? I know the fly card. I know it's a bit far for us. Can you give us some information about it?
I'm happy to. So I want to show. I don't know if you can. I apologize that this is. You see the card?
Yep.
That's the fly card. Okay, and what you'll see that green light on the top of it.
Yep.
That green light means the card's activated. When the light goes off, that means it's not activated. Okay. Just below it is a screen. So and I'm going to talk about the benefits of the card in just a minute. That screen is when you choose to have your card, and you can swipe, and because you can load 10 or 15 different cards, credit cards. And you also have your different affinity cards that you can load onto the specific card. So what happens is you turn it on. You turn it on through a hand gesture. A hand gesture might be up, down, left, right. It could be up, down, way to the right. I mean, it will memorize your hand gesture, and it will turn on for you that nobody else knows it. You can also turn it on through a code that you can put in as well. So then you make it active when the light's green. So if you give your card to the server to go pay for something, and say you forget it, the card times out and it shuts down, so nobody can access the card or the banking information on the card. You with me?
Wow.
So it shuts down. So what happens is, and I'm going to read, I've got a couple things here. I want to make sure that I get it correct about the card as far as the benefits, right? So this card is, you know, the state of the art, and there's a couple of companies that do this where it protects the data, it protects the information on the magnetic strip. We've all heard now of technology when you walk around, a person can zap your pocket and they can pull all the information off your magnetic strip on your credit cards, unless it's covered in a special kind of a pouch or something, right? So this card does that same thing, right? If you leave your card behind, you're alerted on a text and email telling you that your card was left behind. You can go onto your phone and you can identify, like on your iPhone, you can see where your iPhone is if you lost it, or your laptop, or your iPad. You can tell where your card is and you go back and get it.
Wow.
Okay? When you have this card, when you go into any one of our DTL restaurants and you swipe it, you're going to get your points. You pick what credit card you want to use on it, but it feeds right into your account. It immediately shows on your phone. You can go into immediately, and it shows how many points you got for dining there. Nice. So it's going to actually, it's going to show that also. It's also got a beacon technology. Now, what's happening, we're a little ahead of our time. We're maybe about 3% of the restaurants in North America. I don't know about the rest of the world, but when you enter into a restaurant, there's a beacon technology, and more restaurants are now going to this, where as you walk in, something pops up on a screen. Max Tay is now arriving, and Max Tay, this is his dietary needs, and this is what he wants, and he's been here 17 times, and when you walk in, Mr. Tay, good to see you, thank you very much. You're welcomed with your party because of the beacon technology. Wow. That's coming more, but we're a little ahead of our time with that, but that's exciting stuff. It's added beneficial security to what you're going to have, and then other things that you're going to see now next year that people can burn their Dream Trip reward points on. You're gathering points by enrolling customers. You're gathering points by DTL. We're going to show you ways in which you can use your points over and above of just travel. There's other things you can burn your points on. You can burn your points on with this card. It's really exciting. The cards will begin to be sent out late October to 1,000 beta test users in the United States. It's going to take us 6 months to beta test this, come through with it, make sure everything works out right. You don't want to go do a global launch and have a couple things that's not working. We're working with one of the state-of-the-art technology companies in America today that developed many components of this card hand in hand. It's very exciting, and our thought is by the third and fourth quarter, we're going to be able to extend out to the rest of the world. Certainly when we want to go through Asia first. That's where most of our customers and population are. It's something that's designed to be able to be used globally, and it's just another thing that we're going to have that everybody else is going to be chasing.
Woohoo! That's so exciting.
Thank you, Max.
Yep. So, time is up, for you, and really we are so thankful that you actually set aside your morning for us, and this is where, even I'm so excited about all the things that you just talked about with the retention, with the things that is happening. We'll work on the, I would say, areas to be improved on. But, seriously, the retention rate that you are talking about is actually compared to lotions, potion, and pills. Correct me if I'm wrong, is still on the higher side, because I remember I had an organization of 500 and only 50 customers are buying the stuff, man. So it's good numbers. It's good numbers.
It is. In fact, Max, I know you're late. I just got to share this one thing with you real quick. I've got a report here that I'm going to let you run.
Yeah.
There is a, when we talk about retention, right? And we talk about what's going on and happening here, okay? When we talk about, the difference when somebody enrolls in a Welcome Dream Trip, 98% of the people are active after the first month. 76 are not active after the first month who do not enroll in a Welcome Dream Trip. Yeah. When we go down to 5 and 6 months later, it's more than double the people that are active that have been on a trip versus those that haven't. The numbers are huge and a massive difference. We've got to get people on these trips.
Yep.
It creates separation to what you're talking about.
Yep, we are pushing real hard to get every new member to go on a Welcome Dream Trip. to book a welcome dream trip within 90 days of their joining, because it's a deciding factor. Seriously, we leaders in Asia totally is with behind you on this. Thank you. Yeah,
Max,
correct.
thank you very much.
No problem. Okay, so we're gonna head to actually announce other stuff. Okay, if you want to pop in, is good also. Just let me share the screen. Share screen. Okay, there's our very handsome guy, John McKillip. Yep. Okay. Now, next up and coming announcement itself. Of course, we have our view from the edge. John, are you going to be there? View from the edge in stadium.
I am probably not going to be there. I'm trying to get Dan Stamen to be there, but don't publicize it. Don't publicize it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get Dan there. But one thing we're going to do that we did in Miami, we just had an event in Miami, Florida here. We did a thing called a food frenzy. We had the DTL team went in and ahead of time. They enrolled 47 new restaurants in Miami.
Wow.
And everybody had the benefit of going to all these restaurants local to the venue and getting Dream Trip reward points. They're going in the same thing into KL. They're going to do this massive uptick. Their goal is to bring between 35 to 50 new restaurants on board in KL. They'll publicize it where you're going to be able to go with your people to benefit at the view and get Dream Trip reward points and go to these restaurants and just party and have a great time.
Wow, that's so amazing, man. Yeah. So remember, guys, don't publicize that. It's only a possibility that Dan's statement is going to be here, but nonetheless, we're going to enjoy ourselves with DTLs and all this. Super cool. So the next view itself is 23rd to 25th of September 2016 at Stadium Malawati, Shah Alam. I believe all the tickets are sold out within 3 hours, and we just launched the overflow room. If you haven't got yourself a ticket, that's the key place to be at. You need to get yourself to be in the overflow room. You need to be at the view itself. So literally, this is where we're gonna get everyone to the view, because we leaders wants everyone to be in the view itself, because the view is very different from Momentum Bootcamp. View to me is like Broadway success on Broadway. Do you agree with me, John?
Yeah, the view is by most leaders in our company that have been here for a year or two and they've been to all the events. For most of them, the view is their most favorite event of the year.
Yep. So you need to be at the view, because view, after you attend the view, life will never be the same again. Promise, man. Okay. Now, as everyone should know by now, we are having right now WorldVentures is having a new members promotion. What happens is that when a new member were to join as a gold or platinum, regardlessly, and they pay the second month, they get a 50% off the first month points. So literally, they are getting 150 points, right?
150%.
150%, yes, correct. So if you are platinum, instead of 300 points on the second month, you actually get 450 points in total if you continue. And that's a great initiative, I must say, from the company. On behalf of all the leaders, thank you, John. That promotion is fantastic. We all love it. Okay.
Yeah, and that promotion ends August 26th.
Yep. So we better hurry up. Tell all our new members to actually get on board with it. Okay. Yep. Now, next, we're gonna have our Mandarin team call on Sunday. Who is a guest speaker, which is our RMD Karen Wong, one of in our team, one of the fastest growing team leader. Karen Wong, when I first knew her, she was 35 weeks pregnant. She got her 6. She got a SR, by being a stay-home mom. This is crazy. She's MMC corporate super high flyer, full-time mommy with 2 amazing children. She still can become RMD. There is no excuse that you can't be RMD, man. Yeah, full-time vacationer, regional trainer. I promise you, you're gonna have a blast with her Mandarin team call itself. Okay, so here are the details for the team call this upcoming Sunday, 10 p.m. GMT +8. This is webinar ID 198477272. Okay, so next, we're gonna have director Raymond Peng coming up for our next team call. What happens is that he volunteered his time. We are so amazed. He is, this guy, I must tell you, he owns multiple restaurants. Raymond, okay, I knew him back 10 over years. He owns Swiss culture, beach culture, a lot of restaurants all over Singapore itself, and he was winning business awards in Singapore and Asia, and proud father of 2 beautiful kids. And he still he wants to resign from his business to do WorldVentures full time. John, WorldVentures is really impacting people all over Asia. People with very successful wants to do WorldVentures. It's really amazing. So here's the team call on 22nd of August, Monday, 10 p.m. Unfortunately, I won't be on the call. I'll be on a flight to Fiji. But you should be there listening to why Raymond, very successful entrepreneur, but yet wants to do WorldVentures. Okay, so we have approached the end of the team call. Yes, we took a bit of time, but with time with John McKillip, I think is very worthwhile. Yep. So John, any last words for all the viewers and the members on the team call?
Yeah, I think what I'd like to, the statement I want to leave is that this company is getting ready to go through another very large growth spurt over the next 2 or 3 years, I believe. I think it will be continuous. The investments that we're making into technology, the things that people are going to begin to see, shoring up on some weak points, advancing some strong points, the fly card coming out, the DTL program coming into play, showing next year how other people, ways in which they can burn their reward points other than just travel, will be a huge milestone and something else that separates us from anybody else who wants to come in and thinks they can imitate and copycat us. We continue to separate ourselves from anybody else coming into our space thinking what they can do. Here's what I want to leave you with. A day of time today is like 30 days of effort a year from now. Build your team, grow it, develop it, build your leaders, focus on your key people, build them. But every day of effort today is like 30 days of effort a year from now. Get in, capitalize, growth, all that massive action today to enjoy the rest of your life on your own time.
Thank you, John. It has been amazing 45 minutes together with you, and we are so appreciative of you. We will see you again. We love you, and thank you. Everyone is so excited about what you shared. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Max, thank you. The company loves and appreciates all of you so much, and we're so thankful for Asia and starting there in Singapore and everywhere else we're going. We love you guys and gals. We so appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you.
Bye. Good night.
Bye-bye.
Have a great day. No, good night.
Thank you. Take care.